This video is on exponents. If we take, for example, 5 to the third power, that's the same thing as multiplying 5 by itself 3 times. We have 3 factors of 5, and the exponent is a 3. So for this problem here, we have 2 to the 5th, which means I have 5 factors of 2. If I multiply those out, I get 32. 3/4 to the third power is 3/4 times 3/4 times 3/4. Multiply your numerators. 3 times 3 times 3, 27. And 4 times 4 times 4, 64. Negative 5 to the third power is negative 5 times negative 5 times negative 5. You see the negative sign is inside the parentheses. And 3 is an odd number. So negative 5 to the third power is going to be negative 125 because negative 5 times negative 5 is a positive 25, and a positive times a negative is going to be a negative. Here we have negative 3 squared. The negative 3 is inside the parentheses. Therefore, it's going to be negative 3 times negative 3, and that's going to be a positive 9. If the exponent outside of the parentheses is even, then the product is going to be positive. Now here we have 4, which is even, but it's not. Negative 3 is not inside parentheses. It is outside. So we're going to write it outside. And 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 is 81. So my answer is going to be negative 81. Negative 4, 3 is odd. It really doesn't matter if it's inside parentheses or not, but kind of follow the pattern. Write this down first, and then 4 times 4 times 4 is 64. So it's negative 64. We're going to get a little fancy here. Bring down your negative, not ready to use it, and now you've got negative 2 in parentheses, 3 factors of them. So bring this down, negative, and the negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2 is a negative 8. And that's going to equal a positive 8. The opposite of a negative 8, or negative 1 times a negative 8, positive 8. Same thing, bring that down, negative, and then 5 times 5 is a positive 25. So our answer is negative 25. And this one, people seem to mess up on for some reason. But if you spell it out like this, don't just jump into the answer, spell it out. Think about this. 10 times 10 times 10 times 10, that's what 10 to the 4th is. So how many zeros do I have? How many factors of 10? What's my exponent? 4. That means I'm going to have 4 zeros. 10,000. All right. Put this on pause, write these down, practice these, and see if we get the same answer. I've got the solution on the next slide. All right, 3 to the 4th, 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, that's 81. 2/3 to the third power, 2/3 times 2/3 times 2/3, 2 times 2 times 2 is 8, and 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. Negative 4 to the 4th, 4 is even. So I'm going to have 4 factors of negative 4. And that's going to be a positive 256. Here I have 3 factors of negative 5. 3 is odd, so my answer is going to be a negative, and that's going to be negative 125. This doesn't matter because 3 is even, but do it the same way. Bring down your negative. 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. Negative 8. Bring down your negative. 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 is a positive 81. Bring that negative down. Negative 81. Here, bring this down, and then multiply negative 4 times negative 4 times negative 4. Now here, the exponent does matter. It's 3, it's odd, so it's going to be a negative 64. But because I brought down that negative, it's going to be a positive 64. Opposite of a negative is a positive. Bring this down. Negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3, that's an even number, so it's going to be a positive 81. But because of that negative, it's negative 81. Same thing as on the other slide. 10 to the 5th, we have 5 factors of 10. 5 zeros. Answer is 100,000. How did you do? This workforce product was funded by a grant awarded by the United States Department of Labor's Employment and Training Administration. The product was created by the grantee and does not necessarily reflect the official position of the U.S. Department of Labor. The Department of Labor makes no guarantees warranties, or assurances of any kind, express or implied, with respect to such information, including any information on linked sites and including, but not limited to, accuracy of the information or its completeness, timeliness, usefulness, adequacy, continued availability, or ownership.